I think traditionally, again, people think of executive development as, let's say, outside courses. You go for a week, and it's CCL, which is a wonderful organization, and it's $8,500, or maybe it's Harvard Business Education, and it's 18 months, and it's a cohort, and very expensive. What I like to think of it as is the sort of the traditional 70-20-10, is that yes, we can provide some of that training to you, in a classroom or whatever. Some of it will be done within other modalities, virtually or facilitated sessions, but a lot of that is going to happen where you are, right? That's 70% of your time on the job. So what does that mean exactly? It means growth assignments and stretch assignments, which can often be global. So executives for a global company, I believe, should actually go and work in different geographies in order to both bring the core company culture to the geography, but also to take back how that group operates and the best way to work overseas to actually grow the company culture. Those kinds of stretch assignments, I think also working within different disciplines. So somebody who might have an operational background, I think might be great to put into a marketing leadership role, right? So they can put a little bit of more systematization into marketing, but at the same time get a little bit more creative and develop a different way of thinking for themselves. So I think global stretch assignments are very important, but also functional stretch assignments and working with different people in different organizations help executives on a daily basis. I think HR can be a strategic partner with executives in order to make these things happen. And what I mean by that is, at JDSU, we're a portfolio company with 3 different business units who operate in different geographies. They're in different markets. There are different levels of organizational development. And it's really the executives who have a company-wide view. And I think it's talent development and HR that offer the perspective that this is important and how we can do training. And so I think when HR can propose a company-wide development program to the executives, then it gets communicated out. But ultimately, I would say, as much as, HR owns this, the executives own it, right? They own the culture of the organization, and HR can help facilitate it, they can help shape it, they can offer structure, but it's enabling the executives to make it the culture they want it to be. The one thing that I'll say is, again, we think of, and I think a lot of people in general, especially executives, think of learning as an event, right? There's a training event, even sometimes it lasts for a long time, maybe a couple of weeks or whatever, but it's an event that happens and then we get back to, our regular life, our day-to-day life. And what I like to say is really development is happening all the time. This doesn't happen all the time when you choose it. It is happening all the time. How they work with the people in their teams, how they work with their peers, how they work with people deeper in the organization, that is development. And we can do it either consciously or we can do it unconsciously. And when we do it unconsciously, we can only look back and say, oh, that's what happened, and then try to make adjustments. When we do it consciously, we can do it ahead of time and much more effectively, I would say, guide the organization into the kind of culture that it needs to produce the results that executives expect of it. So that's what I would say, just to recognize that development is happening all the time. Our choice is, do we mold it ahead of time, or do we look back and wonder what happened?